Okay, so the another part of last video's lecture is presentation. So we are not only speaking of presentation as the rendered images, but also your portfolio presentation, how you present yourself. This is a question a lot of people have, and so do I, and I'm still learning a lot about this, but I will try to convey forward whatever I have learned so far. So the thing is, many people wonder like what they should include in their portfolio. So the answer is, first you have to decide where do you want to work, or if you're already working and you're doing art for personal or fun, it brings me down to like just doing what you like. But bringing us back to the thing, if you want to get a job in a specific studio, your portfolio and your presentation should look like how the studio's portfolio looks like. So for example, let's say you want to work in Sony Santa Monica. Your portfolio and your presentation kinda should be influenced by their lead artist, which will be Rafael Grassetti. It's not only to make them like your project, but it also makes them feel that you already know the stuff they are doing. And it gives them a familiarity that they're like, oh, if we take this guy or this girl, they're gonna be a fit because they're doing the same thing as we are. So the presentation is a key element. Like if you look at Rafael's work and you try to make your portfolio piece look like this in terms of quality as well, and in terms of your presentation as well, it's gonna stand out more compared to other projects. Let's say you're aiming for Mass Effect or something. Your portfolio or your images should represent it like that. So that's what you're trying to do. Pick up where you want to work, what kind of work you want to get, find out their lead artist, their senior artist, and find out how their portfolio looks like and try to get influence from that. That's the portfolio talk. Let's talk about the presentation shots and the images, because everything's gonna bring us down to the final images. All of your models are gonna be final outputted as single images. So that's our final goal. So let's talk about presenting your images now. This is something that also comes down to a bit of a personal preference, but there are a few key things that I like to have in a portfolio piece. This is mostly influenced by this same guy we are looking at, Christopher Cow, and a little bit from Adam Scott, and a little bit developed by me myself. So what I like to see in an image and what I try to do most of my time is showcase your model from both sides and as much as you can without hiding a lot. For example, this piece has both of its side in an American shot, which means from head to around the hip part. So he has a back, he has a front, then you have a shot that showcases from all 3/4, so you can completely see all 360-degree angles of it by combining these images. Another example, same as these ones, front, back, every single angle, so you can see every single detail. This is the kind of portfolio piece I like. You can also have dramatic images, like have a single light and have quite dramatic of it, like you're not seeing much of it. For the mood, that's totally fine. But also have images that showcase the whole model at the same time. Those images will obviously be separate images, so you can find a combination of that. Reason being, if you're applying for a job and if you have some moody image setup, which are like a dramatic light, they do look cool, but it gives an impression that you're trying to hide something. So have a cool beauty shot image, which is quite edited. You overlaid few dust particles, smoke effects and stuff. That will be your beauty shot. That's the first and second image. After that, you might want to have the images that actually showcase your model completely, like how it has been modeled, so people can analyze it and you can actually show off the work that has gone through it. Few examples I'm going to showcase now will start from Uncharted. So Sullivan, for example, has his different angles, more shots, more different angles. There's a dramatic light right here, but it also has more images, which gives you the pieces to figure out how it has been made. Same thing, the face, the sculpt as well, not just the final output. You also showcase the sculpt sometime. Then Nathan Drake has the same thing, a bit dramatic light, that's fine. Then you have all different angles. You have that angle in different light as well. Dramatic light again, but nothing that's hiding anything from me. And these are the trailer shots, so that's totally fine. Uncharted, more shots, more things. Then you will have a sculpture as well of her, so there it is. Then we have this, then we have that, then we have Rafael Grassetti. So Rafael's presentation are mostly directed to his personal taste. They are not something that are specific towards getting a job, because he already has been in the industry and he has been for a long time, so he does not have to tailor his portfolio so he can get a job. So these are pretty good. They will get you a job if this is done in that quality and that kind of presentation. But this is more of an extreme case. For something of a portfolio piece when you're starting out and applying, I would advise you guys to stick with the vanilla formula, which is this. Showcase the front and back, then all 4 angles, which will be front, back, left and right of your model. Comp that together in a single image and add that in your portfolio. Once you're comfortable with this vanilla formula, you can go crazy and try to follow what someone, for example, Rafael does, or other people have that you like, and try to implement that in your own. As a starting point, I would still advise something like this. I'm not a recruiter myself, but I know few recruiters who I have talked with who actually prefers presentation simple like this, where you're showing your model. Once you get to a point where you're doing art just for fun and you want to showcase the artistic element, not to get a job, but just to have your artwork out there, you can move away from the vanilla thing and move on to figuring out your own artistic presentation of things. But this is what we talked about, what to do. There are certain things that you should not do. First being, which is like a common one, you might have heard this a lot. Never apply through a video or a demo reel. Always apply through a portfolio, which is images. Because videos are there's a pretty much chance video might get you out of the pool from the selection the recruiter has. It's a long controversial topic, not gonna go there. But you can make a demo reel. I'm not stopping you. I myself make a demo reel for my non-CG friends because they really like it, and for my family. But never apply with a video. Another thing that you should not do is don't make your portfolio looks like a student portfolio. Because if you do that, you're not standing out at all. There are a lot of pieces on ArtStation you can find out. Okay, so Camtasia crashed. It's a common thing at this point. So we were talking about what not to do. I'm not gonna open any work on ArtStation which I feel like is a student work, because I don't want to say bad about anything, but on ArtStation when you open it up, you can see a lot of work like that. It's fine. I don't want to say bad about anyone, because I'm pretty sure the artwork I see on ArtStation, if given time, those guys can improve it and they're not going to make the same mistakes. That's why I wanted to just tell it out there in this class, so you guys can be a bit way ahead from those other people that are making the same mistakes. So the easiest way to not make your work look like a student is to make your work look like a professional's work. And the easiest way, after the quality and everything is done, the modeling done, the presentation should try to be a copy of the studio that you like. The same thing that we discussed on the first half. So that's why I advise you guys to pick up your favorite artist, pick up your favorite studio, look at their portfolio pieces, get influence from that, and try to make your presentation portfolio pieces look identical to that. If you do that, obviously your work is not gonna look like a student or someone who's just starting out. Alright, so this video includes most of the subjective thoughts that I have and that I have learned through time, and many people have taught me this. That's what I'm trying to pass on forward to you guys. I got into lights and presentation quite late, and I wish I would have learned it pretty sooner. but I guess that's how you grow as an artist. You make mistakes, you learn. I just don't want you guys to make the same mistake I did. So something to keep in mind for the presentation, there's not going to be a demo or something because everyone has a different taste on things. So you pick yours, you follow the artist you like, you try to mimic that. Those will be my golden rules right here. Won't say golden rules, but the basic general guideline. So that covers up presenting our things. Before we wrap up our whole course, just last two things I want to talk about is getting renders out of Marmoset and Unreal. So Marmoset is quite simple as the whole software is. You go to capture, you go to image, it captures an image, that's it. Image and open, images it and open it. Don't use these ones. I personally don't. Video records a video, and we have the settings. So the image settings are the resolution, sampling, how much sample it is. There's no point going more than 100. Format is your image format. Transparency, if you want transparency. MIP correction, keep it on most of the time. Again, same thing for the video. Quality, as the name suggests, is the quality. Cancel it out. You just find a good looking shot in your viewport and you just go to capture image and it will capture your viewport. It actually now renders it. So what it does, it makes your viewport twice of its size, then it scales it down to 1, giving you more of a better quality. But it's quite easy. So to do the same thing in Unreal, it's easy again. You just go here, you go to high resolution screenshot and you just make it 2. You hit this button and it's going to save out a render. That's all you have to do. It's going to save it here. You click on it, you open that location and you have your render out. The video setup in Unreal is quite of a hassle and a trick. So I would recommend, if you want to make a video or something, open up YouTube. Find out how to set up a turntable and such, because they are quite annoying. I found it. What I usually do, I start an application like Camtasia and stuff. I go to my viewport and I just start doing this. This again comes from me being lazy. But as I mentioned, it's a bit of a hassle to set up turntables and video in Unreal. YouTube has a lot of resources you guys can follow. But for images, it's quite simple. You click here, high resolution screenshot, make it 2. The more you go, the better quality but longer time. 2 is a safe zone and a better one. You click here, you just open this guy up and you have your render. Okay, so this kind of concludes our whole course, the 6th week. And I'm gonna see you guys in the next video.